Tonight, KFDM is investigating claims of discrimination, unfair treatment, cuts in overtime that some say affected service, all part of a water department shakeup in Beaumont. A shakeup one city councilman says was fair, necessary, and is saving taxpayer dollars. KFDM's Lauren Huet is investigating. She joins us live in the studio. Lauren.
Haley, the former water department director and others have filed complaints against the city with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. We've spent months digging into the allegations, getting answers and reaction. Dr. Hani Tohme became Beaumont's water utilities director in 2006. The city manager demoted him this past February and fired him in May.
The city manager told the media that it is about budget, efficiency, and excessive overtime.
But Tohme believes it was about something else.
I had a conversation with him that is recorded, and he told me personally, with people that were in the room, and I quote, "It's not about the overtime budget. It is not the overall dollar amount for the department. It is strictly the amount these certain employees are making."
Well, if it's not about competency, and if it's not about money, and if it's not about cost, what in the name of heaven is it about? And we know it's all about Frank Jackson.
Attorney Larry Watts is representing both Tohme and Frank Jackson.
I can't understand it. I don't know why I was singled out.
Frank Jackson worked for the city for 29 years. He was a licensed general foreman. He says the city manager targeted him by forcing Tohme to cut his overtime. Jackson ended up retiring.
I don't think I was dealt fairly, because this was my life. I spent a lot of time away from my family, taking care of the city.
Tohme says in order to cut Jackson's overtime, the city had to hire 3 foremen.
Frank's overtime was about $40,000 a year. 3 foremen with their pay and benefits cost over $180,000.
And Tohme says in the end, the city spent about an extra $1 million hiring contractors to catch up on the backlog of work created by the reduction in the department's overtime.
I have told Mr. Hayes on several occasions, and I have talked to finance on several occasions, that we cannot afford these changes.
I absolutely do not think it is about discrimination. It is about efficiency.
City Council member Mike Getz says overtime in the water department was excessive.
You should only incur overtime expenses for extraordinary circumstances, for when you have emergencies. If you have your staff properly allocated, you should be able to do your job during the work hours that are allocated to you.
Getz says the main goal of City Manager Kyle Hayes was to cut down on excessive overtime.
When we were operating in the past, we were having $21,000 of overtime a week, and that's been cut to between $3,000 and $6,000 a week in overtime.
Getz says the changes Hayes ordered made the water department more efficient and have not affected service.
To make the citizens believe that there's something amiss in the water department, that it's not being properly maintained. None of that is true. The water department is solid. It is working just as fine or better than it always has.
The attorney for Tohme and Jackson says he plans to file a lawsuit against the city soon. In a statement to KFDM, City Manager Kyle Hayes tells us, quote, "We are confident that the facts will come out during the legal proceedings. Unfortunately, the city of Beaumont will have to use taxpayers' money to defend the cases." He continues, "I'm going to continue to do what is in the best interest of the city of Beaumont." Councilman Getz says because of the measures taken by Hayes, it appears there won't be a water bill increase for the first time in several years. Lauren Huet, 6 News Tonight.